State were to lose, Indiana would get back in the mix and go to Indianapolis.
On first down, Will Howard throwing it out wide, and it's caught.
I think quietly one of the best seasons in all of college football.
Howard to throw it over the middle, caught, and a first down for the Buckeyes. Carnell Tate.
Nickel. Gus is out of position on the outside playing corner.
Second down and 10. Howard guns it near side, caught, out of bounds.
He throws to the Ohio State passing game. That is way too easy for Howard and Jeremiah Smith, just short of a first down.
Guys. Quinshon Judkins in the game. Howard looking, Howard rolling, on the move, caught at the 30-yard line. Guess who?
This is a great job by Tate. So watch Carnell Tate all the way on this backside, and Gus, he's just going to continue to work all the way across the formation, and he never stops. And then a little acceleration to keep the space. Howard's able to find him after
31. Henderson, the lone setback. Play fake. Howard goes deep. He's got a man. Incomplete, but a flag.
First down.
Larry Smith, your referee.
Well, Quinn Johnson is beat right here, and Jeremiah Smith is going to catch that ball unless Johnson grabs him. It's actually a good penalty from him because that's going to be 6. Smith is too talented, in particular in those one-on-one situations right there. And then there's the grab of the arm.
Ibuka in motion. Howard to throw it. Howard underneath, incomplete, batted down.
Well, and Makari Page is one of the lone veterans who was on the field last year against this Ohio State team. You get a little contact there. Will Howard still
1 and 10 at the 3. And Howard this time.
He's right up the middle in the face of Will Howard.
Third down and 9 at the 4. Howard throwing out of his own end zone. And it's picked up. Down the sideline, Michigan has it inside the 5.
Carnell Tate is on the outside, and he's working against Amir Hall, who is just sitting there. He's just playing tight coverage, sitting on that short route, and it feels very similar to that mistake Will Howard made early in the Penn State game when he threw a pick 6. So you can see Hall just stayed in bounds after getting that pick. Tate a little slow out of his break. Hall sitting on the route, and now it's first down Michigan.
Hall, a senior from Baltimore, Maryland, to the 40-yard line. Howard, play fake, steps up in the pocket, on the move, delivers, and caught. A gain of 18.
Great route here by Emeka Ibuka. First of all, on the other side, Jeremiah Smith clearing everything out so that there is a big hole for the senior wide receiver. And he's able to just float over to that area of the field, and a nice completion for Will Howard. I will say this about Will Howard.
Catches 80 yards last week against IU. Howard guns it up top, caught, and a nice reception by
Bounds, and then after the play, a couple of steps out of bounds, Hill takes him down right at the feet of everybody over there. Watch this, he drags him down, and now he's right in the middle.
Third down and 3 at the 35 for Ohio State. Howard looking for that first down. Oh, he gets crushed. Makari Page.
They go with the zone read. Here's Howard. He reads the end. The end crashes down, and now he wants to physically get the line to gain. But Makari Page, my goodness. 6'4", 208. Giant hit.
The plot has thickened here in Columbus.
I mean, that is just a huge hit from long.
Second down and 11 after the 1-yard loss. Howard looking. Howard with time decides to run it. And will get down.
One-on-one up here with Jeremiah Smith.
Third down and 7 at the 20. Howard looking, incomplete.
Players at or near the line of scrimmage.
Second down and 8. Howard hit as he throws, incomplete. Window. Doesn't matter. First and 10 at the 25. Howard under pressure. Lost it up in the air. Deflected and incomplete. Not one of the best corners in America in Will Johnson.
That's right. And on this one, there's so much pressure. You can tell Will Howard just throws it to 4 right away. But look at the triple coverage. And that's something that Wink Martindale said, is that we are not going to allow Jeremiah Smith to just run.
Howard. Near side. Caught. And out of bounds. Buckeyes. Howard. Over the middle. Caught. Ibuka. Money. And
through the middle to Ibuka.
quickly to the line of scrimmage. Not a good snap. Howard just throws this one out of bounds. Will Howard over the middle. Caught. Close to first down. Jeremiah off. Third down and short. Underneath. First down, Ohio State.
This defense is where you can find the advantage.
First down. Howard. Quick tempo now for Ohio State. Tate again.
Seconds. Look how wide the splits are from the wide receiver.
Second down and 8. Howard pump fake. Goes up top. Incomplete and pass.
On the automatic first down.
Well, this ball is severely inside, and so that's why Smith is trying to get back and adjust his route towards the inside of the field, and Hill just basically holds him there and doesn't allow him to come back to that football.
To level this game if they can score. Howard in the end zone. Touchdown! Money on the rise. Jeremiah Smith yesterday.
Watch this physical release at the second level against Zeke Berry. He's going to get away with that contact right there. Similar to the Oregon game, that one drew fairly well.
Third down and 5 at the 10. Howard surveying over the middle. First down, Ohio State. G. Scott in motion. Howard throwing on first down. Underneath again and another first down. Carnell Tate. And we talked to you about it at the 32. Howard straight into the tent and the video evidence. He's back on the field, but taking another hit there. Second down and 7. That ball deflected.
Defensive line, listen, it's not just about stopping the run. They're going to have to be terrific when it comes to rushing the passer and then doing that, getting the pass breakup. Kenneth.
Michigan trying to get off the field here. Howard under pressure. Screen pass. First down and more for the Buckeyes. What a run.
He's going to leak through the protection. Watch Henderson as he just gets through the protection right here. And then he's able to just get outside on the left side. And there's nobody there. Good block down the field. How about that? The youngster Brandon.
Setback. Play fake. Howard sets up. Looks. Goes through his progression. Sideline throw incomplete. 41. Howard sprinting out of the pocket, looks backside, throws a screen. Smith turns it up, and he'll just... Howard over the middle! Incomplete. Down.
How about the pressure from Kenneth Grant? Watch the big nose tackle, 78, and he gets right in the face of Howard. You can tell Howard throws that late. He throws that behind Ibuka, and they're lucky that that ball was not picked off. Normally, tips and overthrows find their way into the hands of the defender, and Wesley Walker, the transfer from Tennessee, just cannot corral it.
Will Howard off his back foot, near side, caught. And a first.
What a great clear out route by Smith, and that allows Ibuka to break out to the outside. See, Smith clears out the zone. Now Ibuka's got a little bit of space, and that's a really accurate ball by Will Howard there on the outside, and he lunges forward for that first down. Those gap schemes, and they can't run the zone play.
3rd and 7 at the 16. Howard goes through his progressions. Underneath. Oh, almost intercepted. Michigan territory.
What a play from Page. He read it beautifully. Ball is behind Ibuka. Wide receiver.
Second down and 10 at the 16. Howard sprinting out of the pocket. Looks backside. Has his receiver, but not Reed.
And Michigan is so sound in terms of their discipline. They're trying to run this little throwback to the tight end who's going to go back to the left side of the formation. But see the discipline of that defense.
Second down and 5 at the 17. Howard. Can he lead him down the field? Howard drops it off, and that ball drops.
You got to find a matchup now, and you're right. Tate normally very sure-handed, and that ball just never got to his hands, and there's Jackson.
Howard with protection. Howard dancing around, steps it up. On the move, lowers his shoulder and just crabs
back end. I tell you what, because the protection is there initially. Great block by Travion Henderson right there initially against Barham, and then Howard's got to move. He tries to run for it, but just can't get that line to gain, and they'll have to punt it away. And against the wind, likely this is going to be a pretty short punt here.
5. Howard looking, steps up in the pocket. Sideline throw, high
from the pocket.
2nd and 10 at the 25. Howard under pressure, drops it off sideline. Henderson.
It's a no-go for Will Howard.
3rd and 9 at the 26. Here's Howard under pressure. No timeouts for the Buckeyes. Howard, big play here. Howard in trouble. Rolls, throws. Out of bounds. 4th down and 9. Do or die for Ohio State. Howard in trouble.